masterminds as you're starting out, you really are almost, you're fearful of the amount of time that you think this is going to take. So what I'd like to ask you guys now is, how do you economize your time? How are there simple tricks or tips that you can give them so that they can manage this without getting out of control and becoming just addicted to new media?
Well, your first blog or so, I highly recommend it be very short. And what you think when you write your first blog is you think you need to go on and it needs to have a lot of content and a lot of pictures. Just get it out there. Maybe do, 3 or 4 pictures with just maybe 10 sentences and you're done. You don't have to do a lot. And that's what people think, oh, I've got to keep saying more and more, and you don't have to keep saying more. I make sure, I think all of you either have, I have an iPhone, so I make sure that I always have my phone with me because it's my baby. So I always keep that with me, but I'm always ready to take a picture, and that does great pictures so that I can even use those for my blog. So if you're out and about and you see something at a friend's or just out driving by, then you can take and blog about anything. I was at a client's house a couple months ago, and we happened to talk about, she was from California, she was moved to Tennessee, and so she was saying something about, she didn't have a big backyard, she was on a golf course, and so she said something about wanting, I don't know if she mentioned birds, but I said, oh, we have these goldfinches and yellow finches in Tennessee, and they look like, just little bitty, little birds, that they're beautiful yellow birds that would be in a bird cage. And I said, but they're just wild out flying around. She goes, you're kidding. So I thought, well, that's a blog. So I went back after I told her what to get. I told her exactly what to get, where to go to buy it, and it was like $15 for her to go get it. She called me and said, I've got those birds. In 24 hours, I have these birds. And she loved it. So little things like, but I blogged about it, beauty in your backyard. So it doesn't have to be just about decorating in your house. It can be about anything. A lot of times when I first started with my Minutes Matter business, I thought, I'm just like you guys. I have the same ideas that you do. I talk like you, I look like you, I am you. But we all have something interesting to say, and people, you're designers, they want to hear what you have.
No. So, I'm serious. So time, so how do you, I don't really have like I don't really have a set time to allocate it to blogging. It kind of just hits you. And you just have to write, and everybody at the office has kind of gotten used to it. I got a little sign on my door that says, I'm writing. You get in these zones, Tammy, you get in these zones, and when you start writing, you just can't be disturbed because you just have to finish that thought, or you're just, you'll lose it. And I wanted to point something out. A good idea, I don't know if everybody agrees with me on this, but when you first start blogging, you're going to find that everywhere you turn, you see a blog post, and you're going to want to just vomit that. And you're just going to want to just spew your blog posts and do like 3 a day. And I started off like way too many at the beginning. And then it's just inevitable. You're not going to have that many ideas all the time. So what I would recommend is that you, I don't know, every blog, I use WordPress, but every blog program I'm sure has the ability to save a draft. That to me is the best way to, to retain a thought. You get as far as you can with it. A lot of the posts I have, I start writing them like months ago, and then I'll just drop in once in a while when I have a new thought about it, and it takes a long time to write them, but I've got like 50 of them, 50 drafts, just waiting to be, unfinished thoughts, that'll eventually turn into a blog post someday. But as far as like time allotted, it happens when it happens, and sometimes it's in the middle of the night. And I don't really have a great way to allocate time to it. Now you can go.
Thank you. He's my new boyfriend. I write 3 blogs, and I've just been given a paying blog job in New Orleans for a site on tourism called GoNOLA.com, and I'm now a contributing writer, and I'm expected to produce 8 posts a month, which is nothing. In the beginning, yeah, you vomit a lot, you know, because you're so excited and everything just seems newsworthy. Or I had a lot of ideas and thoughts, I guess, that I had been storing up for years, and it just kind of like exploded. I didn't have a job when I first started writing my blog, so I had free time, so I could devote it to it. The housework went undone, the husband was ignored, the dog was begging me to please get off the computer and take him for a walk, you know. You just have to go through it. It can't be structured. Blogging is an emotional thing. Go with the emotions. It'll sort itself out. After a year of vomiting, you get sick of it, and you start to, like, you know, edit yourself. You get on your own schedule. And now I'm very, very fast. Everything was so painstaking in the beginning. Oh, what button do I push? And how do I drag that photo? And oh my God, and oh, I just deleted my whole post. Now I'm like a machine. And, you know, like the blog posts at work, I can produce in a half an hour. You know, I mean, I take the photos, I process the photos, I write the copy. And, you know, you just get better at practice, practice, practice. It happens. And what I want to say about it is that it's not drudgery to me. I enjoy it so much that it's easy. And now I do have computer moratoriums. Usually on Sunday and Mondays, which are my day off, I will close the computer and I will not open it. And yes, it is addictive, but like many addictive things, you just have to not do it. And yeah, okay, I have like this little dread sometimes, like the computer's saying, open me, open me, open me. And I'm like, no, I can't listen to you today. And so you have to do things like that, like you turn off your cell phone or whatever you need to do, just step away from the computer. And just find your own schedule. You know, you don't have to do our schedule, just find your own, just do it.